Welcome to the students to the new semester and new morning. And today we will see the new subject of 8th semester, which is not an elective, which is a compulsory subject called Construction Economics and Finance. This is very important subject, and it's a sequel of last subject we have saw. We have seen in last semester, that is Construction Management and Law. It's quite sequence to that, and it is the next part, I can say, regarding the construction management and law. And in this semester, in the 8th semester of final year of BE civil engineering, we will see the construction economics and finance. And what are the economic aspects which are used in the construction, mostly in project planning and management, that we will see here in the subject. So this is the eighth. This subject is in the 8th semester, and if you can see the syllabus of this subject, then we will start with unit number 1 first, obviously. And in RTMNU curriculum, it's having 80 marks of internal assessment theory examination and 20 marks of internal. Okay, so daily 4 hours the load is there as per the RTMNU curriculum, and in the course outcome that we will see by the end of the subject and by end of all syllabus, we will be able to understand the various economic and financial aspect of construction industry. Basically, economic is a subject which is applicable to every sector, but we are restricting ourselves to only construction industry. Okay, we will able to understand tools and techniques for economic analysis and improving their decision making skills. All right. Again, understanding the knowledge of economics and finance with special reference to construction industry, as I told. Understand the concept of IIR. IRR means internal rate of return, turnkey construction projects, and applying knowledge of inflation, recession, and financial ratios. In unit number 1, we will see the importance of construction and infrastructure, economic growth. What will be the contribution of construction industry to the Indian economy, that we will see. Then construction, a key industry in India, how we will see. Then time value of money, discounted cash flow, some numericals and all. Then internal rate of return and numerical problem based on the internal rate of return, that we will see in the syllabus of unit number 1 only. Okay, next. Then as far as the syllabus is concerned, then you can see there are various references given by the university to refer regarding the syllabus, but I can suggest you to go for serial number 6. Okay, it is very old, but Cobb and Rodriguez regarding the financial management, and serial number 13, Harrison MP Kaffer. I am referring the literature. Moreover, nowadays we are having the best resource of NPTEL. Very good notes are available there. Okay, so we'll begin up with the importance of infrastructure. We'll try to understand what is infrastructure, what is the importance of infrastructure, what is the importance of infrastructure facilities, and their contribution in the economic development of India. How the economy is getting benefited, how the economy is getting diverted to by construction industry to the GDP of the nation. Okay, so we'll see that. What is the important? You can see in the background the Bandra Worli ceiling in Mumbai, how it is contributed, how beautiful and how elegant it is, and how it has contributed to the development of nation city, that we will see. Okay. Basically, before that, we will see the objective of the study. Before starting any work, we must have some objectives. Okay, so objective of the study: to examine the theoretical framework of infrastructure, where this infrastructure is applicable, why, what is the need, applicability, and justification, and to analyze the socio-economic relationship between the infrastructure. The social need and economic development, both are interrelated. In further slides, we will correlate the economics and construction industry to understand thoroughly the concept of economics in the construction industry. Okay. Now, need of the study. So every economic, either developing or developed country like India, has two kinds of main basic objectives. Number 1, providing basic needs and facilities to their population, and number 2, achieving higher growth rates, GDP, in case of countries. The need for studying importance of infrastructure growth and development, how infrastructure plays a dynamic role to fulfill their growth targets as well as achieving higher living standards for their mass population. That is the need of the study. How the infrastructure is playing that role to play the economics. I mean to say how the infrastructure is directly associated with the economics, and how It will help to grow the economy of the nation, that I mean to say. Okay. Now, going toward the introduction, infrastructure in general defines as a set of facilities through which goods and services are provided to the public. For example, construction of malls, construction of commercial complexes. Okay. Infrastructure is a stock of basic facilities and capital equipment needed for the functioning of a country or area. The term to refer collectively to the roads, bridges, dams, canals, railways, lines, and similar public works that are required for an industrial economy or a portion of it to the function. Infrastructure doesn't mean only buildings. Infrastructure means your dam, canals, highway, metro nowadays, and all the things. The total investment in infrastructure in 2021 session was estimated around 6 to 9% of GDP. Okay. According to the budget plan, the total investment in infrastructure requires 9% and 11% in the ending years. According to the budget plan, the total investment in infrastructure required 7.5%. GDP growth averaging 9% per year can be achieved only by overcoming infrastructure deficit. Adequate investment takes and achieved through a combination of public investment, public-private partnership (PPPs), and exclusive private investment. So, infrastructure is a huge demand in India. As far as the infrastructure is concerned, we are having huge demands. The entire India should be connected by highways, should be connected by airports. Okay, railway network should be there so that the transportation via transportation the business can grow, and ultimately via business the nation can grow, and that's the result. And end of the day, we can calculate the economic contribution by the construction industry. Directly, if you can say construction a key industry in India. How construction can be a key industry in India? How a construction can be a key industry in India? Importance of construction and infrastructure in economic development and growth. Now, economic infrastructure definitely ensures the mobility of labor and capital within or from the economy. It results in the overall growth of towns, cities. Infrastructure provides a lot of employment generation and employment opportunities. They also play a crucial role in the national defense activities. So that's why it is called as the construction a key industry in India. Okay, as it provides a lot of employment opportunities, employment generation, and also play a very important role for the national defense activities. That's why it is considered as the key industry in India, which is never ending. Infrastructure requirements are increasing day by day. More opportunities are creating day by day. Okay. Now, in the continuation of importance of infrastructure, you can see in the image, okay, in the diagram that the infrastructure is related with the benefits of enterprises, then benefits to household. Household can be connected to the improved welfare, then growth. Lower cost can be achieved in large markets. So if you are having enough infrastructure, then you can enlarge the markets. By enlarging the market, you can lower down the cost, benefit to the small enterprises, and ultimately there will be a growth of the all community. In the slide, you can clearly see the differentiation of the advantage of promoting infrastructure. People living standard improves. One of the example of getting infrastructure. On the left hand side image before and right hand side after, you can see the massive difference. Okay, what is the benefit of infrastructure? And by viewing the image, by watching the image very carefully, it is very clear that there is no other option of going other than providing the infrastructure. What is the importance of infrastructure to a city? Okay. Before the people were living in a slum-like area, where there is no hygiene, there is no living standard. But now by providing the infrastructure, you can see people are living in a separate house where their proper hygiene is maintained. Okay, so that's the need of infrastructure and why it is the city necessary. Why it's necessary? That is the reason. Now, advantage of promoting infrastructure. In the continuation, country economic growth improves as it's creating a lot of opportunities, career opportunities, improves job opportunities, and improves sector development. Absolutely right. It improves the sector development. Now, the nature of construction economics. Now, as I told earlier, now we will try to compare the economy and construction industry. What economy? We will see what is economics, how it has been come in the construction industry, what is the role of economics in construction industry. Now, in the further slides, we will compare the construction industry and economics. We we'll see the nature of construction economics. How? Construction economics is a branch of general economics. It consists of application of the techniques and expertise of economics, the study of construction firms, the construction processes, and the construction industry. So it's a branch of general economics which applies to the expertise of economics, the study of construction firms, the construction process, and the construction industry. What is economics? Economics is essentially about the choice of the way in which scarce resources are and ought to be allocated between the possible uses. It's basically a choice or the way in scarce resources and ought to be allocated between the possible uses. The nature of construction economics. Robbins in 1935 defines economics as the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between and ends the scarce means which have alternate uses. That's the real meaning of economics. Now, what is economics actually? The wants are many, but the means is limited. I'm giving a hint to you. The wants are many, but the means is limited. You see the economics. Now we'll come to the construction industry. And in the construction industry, what is the construction industry and its characteristics? Before moving to actually the what comes into the economics, how the economics will involve into the construction industry. Now we'll study what is construction industry. They may fall into four main groups. Number one, the physical nature of the product. For example, we are planning a building, then taking layout, making the column, beam, slab, finishing. Product results in the building. Okay. The structure of the industry together with the organization of the construction process, the determinants of the demand, the method of price determination. Okay, the first we have created a product, then which involves the construction process, then identification of demands, and then method of price determination. Okay. So, in physical nature, the final product of the construction industry is large, heavy, and expensive. It might be an apartment, it might be a building, it might be a highway, it might be airport. So it will be a large and heavy, also expensive. The final product require over a wide geographical area. Of course, why not? Over preparing a dam, preparing a canal, preparing an airport. Okay, it required a wide geographical area. Statute of construction, normally, specially made to the requirements of each individual customer, or a large part of the components are manufactured elsewhere by the other industries. That also, building construction material has the best example of it. Bricks manufacturer, etc. Physical nature and the structure of the industry. It's largely these product characteristics which determine the structure of the industry, including the large number of dispersed contracting firms and the separation of design in professional offices from construction firms, which has such important persecutions. Okay. Now, what is industry? So we have seen the construction industry. Now we'll see what is the industry. The industry is a way of classifying businesses that have something in common. Just like in Nagpur, we are having Guchiguri MIDC. In MIDC, it's the area given to the industry where the various businesses take place. Firms are included in or over excluded from the industry. Classification based on the degree of similarity in products they make or sell or in type of customer they service and the marketplace in which they are compete. So that is the industry. It's a classification of business. Okay. So again, specifically construction industry. Basically, construction industry, the word whenever I say the buildings and apartments, the bridges, flyovers comes to your mind. But it is not about only buildings. No? It's about roads, sometimes roads, bridges, tunnels, railways, airports, houses, offices, supermarkets, and basic centers. So construction industry is not specifically about only buildings. Okay, civil engineering not only building the buildings. It also works on roads, canals, bridges, dams, airports, high-rise structures, etc. So the construction industry, just now we have seen, isn't just about new roads, houses, bridges, tunnels. It's also about repairing, refurnishing, renovating, now demolishing nowadays. Demolition techniques also are there, restoring, retrofitting, innovating, rehabilitating. None of that already there. So even in the times of recession, when there isn't much new construction going on, we still need the industry and all the people who work on it. Okay, that's the best part of the brand, best part of discipline. That even in the recession time, we still need the industry. That's why in this discipline, particularly in the brand, there is a huge scope of job opportunities and all the people who work in it. We need all the people who are directly and indirectly associated with the industry. So when the construction industry is about buildings, it isn't just about the outsides. Building also have to be filled out ready for the people to work or live in them. So construction isn't just about bricks and mortar, foundations, roofs. It's about paint, plaster, floors, and ceiling. So many of the sectors are directly and indirectly associated with the construction industry, like plaster, painter, floors, etc. Okay, painting, interior, exterior. A lot of people, a lot of agencies, a lot of businesses, a lot of technical general skills are associated with the construction industry. Now we'll see national economy. So just now I have told you that we will compare the economy and the construction industry. We have seen industry. We have specifically seen what is construction industry, what are roles carried out by the construction industry. So gross national product, import plus export. GDP, or any growth of the country or any financial benefit of the country is measured by GDP. So GDP is all about the export plus import. Okay, the gross domestic product, value of output of goods and services from different economic sectors. So in the economic sector of the India, you can see construction play a very big role. It's in number 4. First will be India is an agricultural country. So agricultural industry also play a very important role in the development of nation, the development of economy of the nation. Then manufacturing, manufacturing hubs, companies, industries, then mining and quarrying, and finally, for very important that we are having the construction industry as number 4, and finally the services. So we are restricted in the syllabus regarding the contribution of construction industry in the economic development of nation. So as we have seen how different kind of work we have carried out. Okay, so in the economic sector, the construction industry play a very important role. So in the construction industry, just now we have seen the designing, supervision, and management are the 3 important segments, 3 important portfolios, or 3 important types of work we carried out: designing, supervision, and management. So in the activities like designing and planning, then construction, repair and maintenance, assembly, installation, and demolition. In the construction industry, again, products, specialized trade, buildings, railway, harbor, airports, and a railway for planes, flights, and railways for rails. And harbor is for the ships loading and unloading is done there in the harbors. Then electrical, telecommunication tower, gas work, a lot of things are interdependent on the construction industry, where we can see the activities and the products are associated with the construction industry. That's the demand of the construction industry. The construction execution work is like the hierarchy like that: the main contractors, then given to subcontractor, the specialist contractors, material suppliers, plant hirers, then component manufacturers, then project managers, construction structural engineer, maintenance engineers, architects, landscape architects, quality surveying, IT consultant, valuers, then town planners, land surveyors, interior decorators, buildings. So you can see that in the construction industry, lot of manpower, skilled manpower, technical manpower is required. You can imagine the kind of job opportunities and job career is there. How much big career is there, which is unending. There is no end to this particular sector. Again, what is economy then? We have seen, now we'll see economy in the terms of technical term, in terms of civil engineering, in terms of industry, in terms of construction industry. It is a system of human activities related to the production, distribution, exchange, and consumption of goods and services. Its practical fields include manufacturing, construction, management, finance, business, administration, and applied science. Different kinds of economic activities are categorized into various economic sectors, also called as industries. Point to be noted. So different kind of economic activities categorized into various economic sectors called as the industries. Okay. So 3 main types of economic sectors: primary industries, secondary industries, and tertiary industries. So we will categorize. We will see one by one. First, we will see the primary industry. It includes changing process of natural resources into primary product. Very basic one. application of natural resources which is used to make a final product like agricultural, fishing, forestry, mining, quarrying, etc. In the second category of industries, creating a finished and usable products. Okay, uses of the output of the primary sector like manufacturing and construction, right? And finally, in the tertiary industries, involves the provision of services to businesses and final consumers, transport, tourism, retail, health, education, government, services, restaurant, entertainment, and recreation activities. So these are the three main aspects of the economy. Okay, you can see in the complete lockdown of last 1.5 years, 1.5 years, 1.5 years, the tourism industry, hotel industry, transport tourism are affecting a lot, but the construction industry is going as usual. Okay, a few times you have stopped the project, but ultimately the growth of the nation is dependent upon the infrastructure requirement, infrastructure facilities. So it's very good. Construction again, the building or assembly of any infrastructure, building, altering, improving, repairing, or demolishing of any real properties, and planning, designing, and construction facilities in the built environment. Then the systematic act or process of building, correcting, or constructing buildings, roads, or any other structure. This is all uh, diversity of the construction sector where you can see building, altering, repairing, planning, constructing, or systematic act, constructing road or other structures. Industry, a group of related economic activities classified according to type of goods, products, and services supplied. Construction plus industry, which relates to the sector of an economy which constructs, alters, repair, demolish buildings, civil engineering works, and other resources. That's now we are coming to the exact point of construction industry, which ultimately deals with the construct constructions, alters, repairs, demolish building, civil engineering works, and other structures. Okay. Hence, the definition of the construction industry can be summarized in the terms of nature of the construction activities and the features of the industry products. So, construction activity include planning and designing, construction, assembly and installation on the site of prefabricated units, repair, maintenance, and alteration, demolition. Where construction products include building, road, bridges, tunnels, highway, viaducts, airports, harbor, railway, reclamation, sewers, dams, canals, pipeline, water products, hydraulic plants, pipelines, communication system, marine construction. So these are the construction products and these are the activities. So you might have understood and acknowledge the difference of construction activities and products. Okay, building planning is the activity, but building is the product. Okay, highway planning is the activity, but road, highway are the products. Okay, a fourth sector of the industry we have seen building works, civil engineering works, building engineering services, and heavy industrial engineering. As a four sector of the construction industry. Nature of the construction industry. The construction industry can be characterized by various features: complex, unique, work carried out in the open, work variation, casual labor, separation of sites and main offices, diverse trade and activities, labor intensive, separation of design and production. Basically, this is something. This image is something regarding the expectation of client and planning. This is something which is not relevant exactly, but we'll see just for example. See how we plan actually. This slide is regarding the problem we face while execution. You can see in the first picture how the architect visualized it, and then how the structural engineer designed it, and ultimately we get the results. So that is the problem of execution. Again, how the contractor built, when it is delivered, and when the client paid for. So it is something, there is a problem in the system. That's why this kind of situation occurs when the client received and finally client needed. So this is something. Okay. So finally, that we'll conclude here that the construction industry and the economy, which provides infrastructure for development, economic development, contributes to national employment, provides backward and forward linkages to the other industries, and contribute to the GDP, and ultimately which results in the economic development of the nation. So at the end of the lecture, I can say that the construction industry is the key industry in India as it contributes to GDP, provides backwards and provide the linkages to other industries also, because many industries are dependent on the construction industry, which contributes to national employment. As a lot of sectors are involved in the construction industry, there are very much chances of the employment, and provides the infrastructure. So ultimately, the construction industry and the economy are, I can say, directly proportional. As the construction industry increases the construction work, the economy will be benefited and economy will be going upward. The ultimate result is the high rate of the GDP. So the conclusion of the entire lecture conclusion is that increase private participation to fund the deficit in the investment to attain the GDP growth rate. So private funding is needed. Development of infrastructure sector is crucial to the growth of the Indian economy. Sustainable development can only be attained through a careful analysis of the factors that have mitigated growth in the past and thereafter taking the appropriate corrective measures. Over the last decade, Indian government has made significant efforts to eliminate bottlenecks in these areas. It has initiated policies and schemes such as ESEI and model concession agreements to increase the inflow of private sector investment and make the bidding process for the project more transparent. So ultimately, we can conclude here by using this that public-private partnership fundings and the providing more opportunities in the infrastructure, creating more infrastructure, which ultimately helps to grow the GDP growth rate of the GDP, and which ultimately results in the economic growth of the nation. So, dear students, thank you very much for patiently listening, and I hope in the lecture you have understood the difference of construction activities and product, then industry and construction industry, economics, and what is the economic benefit, how the industry is helping for the development of nation and all the things. So in the next lecture, we will continue with the concept of time value of money. So I hope you people have understood this entire lecture. Thank you very much for patient listening, and very soon we will meet with the next lecture, which will be on time value of money. Thank you very much.